So despite the consumer rate easing to 2.8% in February, lower than expected, market then took that seriously. I mean, not just only the traditional market, even crypto market, we had a small spike, but we are still struggling to break out a certain line of resistance. So what is next? Will the price follow this bullish continuation pattern, or is it going to follow just like how we are expecting? I mean, price following the original trend direction, because if you look at this price action in a bigger picture, we are still below this trend line. I mean, in a weekly time frame, Bitcoin has lost the support from this falling trend line, which now will be looked as resistance. I mean, the line which previously acted as support, since we are below it, this weekly candle will be facing resistance around 86,000. So in the medium short term, this weekly trend line must be broken if the price wants to show a reversal or a relief rally, actual relief rally. Otherwise, you know what is happening here. I mean, Bitcoin is still below this 0.5.618 Fibonacci line. And you know, guys, I've been very clear with you. According to dead cat bounce trading pattern, Bitcoin, after this kind of free fall, usually shows a relief rally. But we want to see whether this relief rally is an actual V-shape type recovery or U-shape type of recovery, or a temporary rally before following the original direction. Just like I shown in an example, I mean, price will see a retracement. 0.2.3 is a dead cat bounce. You can see 50 to 60% retracement. So if the price of Bitcoin manages to come across 86,000, then you can see, according to this scenario, the dead cat bounce will get invalidated and Bitcoin will re-enter inside this falling trend line in a weekly time frame and invalidate this bearish continuation pattern and make a U or a V-shaped type of recovery. So even according to, in a smaller time frame, even according to the dead cat bounce, in the medium short term, 86,000 resistance must be broken. And why is this resistance so important? Because beside this dead cat bounce resistance, beside this falling trend line resistance, even the bottom CPI line lies around that price range. I mean, 86,000. You can see this bottom CPI line is very, very important for us. And why? Because if the price manages to find support above 86,000, then there is a very high probability of not just only testing the central line, which sits around 88,000, but even the top CPI line, which is above 90,000. So we need the price before closing the month of March to somehow come across this 90 to 100,000, because failing to do that means even the upcoming month, the month of April, will be printing a descending CPI, and descending CPI only gets formed during downtrend. So if we want to avoid this bearish continuation for Bitcoin, what must happen? The price of Bitcoin in the medium short term must regain its trend above 86,000. Otherwise, for this month of March, you can see our bearish target is still open. I mean, Bitcoin failing to regain its trend above this trend line, right? Resulting in a continuation towards the first bearish target for the month of March, which sits in between 70 to 75,000. That's why we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get attracted around this monthly S1 line, and only after that to choose a direction. And now, not just only the CPI trend line, not just only dead cat bounce, not just only the resistance from the falling trend line, you can see even the resistance from this Williams alligator indicator will be holding us below 86,000 in the medium short term. Yes, guys, once the price finds proper support above this trend line, then we know the 86,000 or the resistance from this Williams alligator indicator will be broken, and we might see a crossover like this playing out. Green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, and we know that only happens during uptrend. Green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom happens during uptrend, and blue line at the top, green line at the bottom happens during downtrend. So in our case, this is a bearish cross. Blue line is at the top, green line at the bottom. So this trend line will be acting as additional resistance for Bitcoin. So you can see resistance, so many resistance lying for Bitcoin around 86,000. So if we can flip that into support, then you can see, guys, parallelly, even this Bollinger Band resistance, the center line from this Bollinger Band will be broken, and Bitcoin after that could be preparing itself for an actual reversal. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. Only after flipping this 85, 86,000 in the medium short term, we can look this as a V shape or a U shape type of recovery. Otherwise, since this here is a bearish breakdown, right, we might see a continuation like this playing out. Bitcoin showing strength, getting rejected on this Williams alligator indicator, Bollinger Band, the basis line from this bottom CPI line, resistance from this 0.5, 0.6 on Fibonacci line, even the resistance from this falling trend line in a weekly time frame, and then head towards the original trend direction. So you can see it is very, very important that we break out of this 85, 86,000 if we want to see a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery playing out in price action. Because you can see, guys, it's this trend line around 85, 86,000. If we manage to come across this trend line, what does this mean? Price parallelly here in a daily time frame will also start following this descending broadening wedge. I mean, descending broadening wedge is a bullish continuation pattern, and I personally think once we break out of this 85, 86,000, we will be testing 90,000, right? 90,000 resistance line, but this time it won't be acting as resistance, and price is going to see a move in this manner, but this will be looked as a bullish breakout in my opinion. Yes, guys, if the price finds proper support over 85, 86,000, then I personally think this trend line around 90,000 will be tested, and we are going to go even higher because we know Bitcoin will be also invalidating this symmetrical triangle scenario. According to this symmetrical triangle, you can see the price objective sits in between 70, 75,000, right? This price target is still open, but if we can flip this line into proper support, 85, 86,000, then I personally think we might see a recovery like this playing out, invalidating the price target, and this false break down will be resulting in a continuation like this. So please, guys, please wait until certain line of support or resistance gets broken before jumping into any trades, because you know, failing to do that, price failing to regain its trend above 85, 86,000 could be preparing ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin heading towards this 70, 75,000 price objective, and only after that choosing a direction. So we need the price of Bitcoin at any cost to come across 85, 86,000 to invalidate some of the bearish scenario playing out right now. I mean, descending triangle, a bearish continuation pattern, just like as shown in an example. After a relief rally, we had a continuation, Bitcoin heading towards the original trend duration. So to invalidate this bearish continuation pattern, descending triangle, ascending broadening wedge, right, symmetrical triangle, we need the price to overcome the resistance which is holding us below 85, 86,000. If we flip this 85, 86,000 into proper support, then we know this bearish continuation scenarios will get invalidated and price will be re-entering inside this falling trend line, right? And which could be also preparing ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, a false break to the downside, and Bitcoin, after re-entering inside this falling trend line, forming a continuation just like from this past price action. I mean, lower highs, lower lows continuation, and this breakdown will be a false breakdown, right? And price will be preparing itself for a continuation which might look somehow like this. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And guys, let's try to reach at least 1,000 like in this video. Please, video like this takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. So if you appreciate what I'm doing, then please destroy that like button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.